y'all, we back again. We back again with another review. Today we're reviewing Dogs, Dogmen, and Bloodlines by Richard Schoolboy Garcia. As you can see, well done book. Hardcover, nice glossy finish. This book wasn't made cheap. This book wasn't made cheap at all, man. It's a really nice picture on the back. I remember Schoolboy mentioning someone drew this for him. Artist did a great job on that. Shout out to him. Let's try to get into this book. I'm not gonna give y'all too much because you gotta purchase it. You gotta purchase it. Came in a timely manner. Packaging on point. Just like I expected from Schoolboy. As you can see, he signed it, and it came with a real nice laminated bookmark. Yep, 161 pages. Yep, 161 pages, man. Of goodness. Of goodness. He also added pictures and word placement, everything. It's just a good book, man. It is a good book. Yeah. Got your table of contents, of course, as any book. He's got top competitors in here. He talks about the old guard. He talks about bloodlines. I mean, look at it, man. People that like books, for the book people, it feels good in your hands. You know what I mean? It makes you want to read. You get that, right? You get that. It's got good pictures in there, man. You can't go wrong with a good book. A book that makes you want to see it. I mean, read it, excuse me. A book that makes you want to read it. You know what I mean? You gotta love it. My favorite colors, black and red. So you know it's eye candy for me. I can't lie to you, it is. Let's get into some of these things. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into the whole book because you gotta purchase it, man. You gotta purchase it. In the first chapters, you know, top competitors, he mentions a lot of, excuse me, mentions a lot of top flight, top guys in what was called the fast lane back then. Back to back. I mean, this book, he's got some stuff in here, man, and some guys that we all heard about, you know. Some guys we might not never meet, ever, you know. He mentions OTK in that book, you know. OTK was one of those guys back in the day, self-taught, starting the dogs young. If I'm not mistaken, he had dogs young at like 13 years old. By the time he was 18, he was matching dogs, you know, and he was known in the game. His dogs were conditioned. He was a top-notch conditioner. He was an expert in aftercare. He was a problem. You know what I mean? He was a problem. He had dogs like that Marblehead dog that won over Champion Spanky. He had Champion Bill, Champion K. He had that Bulldozer dog. I mean, he was on it, you know what I mean? He was on it. He also mentions people such as TVK, you know what I mean? All the older guys say he wanted smoke, you know what I mean? Yeah, he was definitely one of the GOATs too, man. Shoot, he beat Red Boy in an hour and 20 minutes, I think it was. One of his good dogs. He had that Whiskey Burt, 2-time winner. He had that Rascal, 2-time winner. I mean, he got into Havana Boys. I mean, you know, these are people we only hear about, you know what I mean? You know, Havana Boys, you know, they had the Grand Champion Rodney dog, son of Grand Champion Yellow. Rodney, let's see. That dog was an exceptional dog too. He beat quite a few good dogs, man. He beat Pearson's, I think his name, that Trouble dog. He beat the Holcomb Black dog. He beat Mickey in 24 minutes. I mean, You know, he mentioned Top Notch in there. Everybody remember Top Notch and the stories they say about them. I mean, they had 5 champions on the yard at one time. You know what I mean? 5. Champion Harvey, Champion Cyclone, Champion Rock. Was it Rocket or Rocky? Champion Red, Champion Blackie. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking about guys that were really knee deep in this thing. They were true fast lane. They were true dogmen. They knew the sport. They knew these dogs. You know what I mean? He had the old guard section. Excuse me. He had the old guard section, and he's mentioning like the super older guys. I mean, some real pioneers, man. I mean, some guys that we till this day we call ourselves chasing their dogs for those looks and stuff. You know, guys like me that are into confirmation shows, because those dogs were what these dogs should look like now, right? These old guard guys he mentioned, man, you had Lou Johnson, you had Howard Hensel, Shorty Tillis, Bert Sorrells, Danny Burton, Hunter Man. I mean, and the list goes on. I mean, this book is packed 161 pages. You know what I mean? 161 pages. You know, you can't beat it. It's worth the money. It's worth the time reading it. It's worth the knowledge. You know what I mean? Because why not know everything about these dogs? You know what I mean? Why not know everything? The past, the present, and the future. You know what I mean? It helps you with breeding. It helps you keeping these dogs look good, you know? And of course, we're not doing anything illegal with these dogs nowadays, but this old history is a must know. It's a must know. It's a must know. So back to this good book. It's a must. You got to get it. You got to reach out. You know, Schoolboy's available everywhere. You know, y'all can find him. I found him. We all can find him. He's all over YouTube. He's all over Facebook. He's all over Instagram. You know, reach out. He'll reach right back out to you. And you guys, can get products that this book is a must. You must get it. Let me give a little disclaimer here. This video or any video posted on this channel does not promote anything illegal. We're only here to promote the betterment of these dogs and learn some history about these dogs. There's nothing wrong with that. Here we're talking about confirmation show dogs. We're talking about hunting dogs. We're talking about working dogs, you know, and we're talking about healthy dogs. When we talk about anything dealing with old school dog fanciers' habits with these dogs, it's just about history, because it did happen. And we should be allowed to talk about history. We do not promote anything illegal with these dogs. Like I said, if you're doing anything illegal with these dogs, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing over here. Shout out to Schoolboy, shout out to the fraternity, and shout out to the dogs themselves.